Have you struggled? Have you struggled with like, hey, my life did not turn out the way I thought it was going to. I'm getting close to 60 and things did not turn out the way I thought they would. I know my life did not. When I was younger, it was married to a doctor, mansions, and white picket fences, and now I'm just like a waitress at a high-end cocktail bar. But you know what? I am extremely happy, and that's what I'm going to share with you in this video, is that we can be happy, we can have joy, and we can have peace in our lives, even if things have been taken away from us. So I am Casey Ann Reynolds. I am a behavior change specialist in the Nashville area, health coach and personal trainer, retired school teacher, currently working as a cocktail waitress. But I do make videos on health, wealth, and happiness and how to increase those. So do like and subscribe. But in this video, I'm going to give you those eight things you need to stop doing right this minute to increase your happiness and joy. But before we do that, hit subscribe. Absolutely. But before we do that, friends, we have to have a little possum update. I'm a lover of all things possum, and that does give me happiness and love and joy. So let's put that little video out there. So, short background on me is I was that child. As a teacher, I know that child. I was that child with so much potential. I was a cute little kiddo, very, very smart, just people pleaser, just wanted to make everybody happy. And my parents just, they were young, they were partying all the time. They were just neglected me completely. I was sexually molested by a neighbor that I was babysitting for. And it was a stressful, unpleasant, unhappy childhood to the point where I stopped talking. It happened, and they got bullied. But then I thought like, hey, I got this. I've got this. I'm all good. Everything is good because I was homeless, then worked my way through college. I got a 3.5, got the economics degree. I was in the corporate world, married the doctor, and like, boom, I'm there. And guess what? All those problems from the past just catch up with you. They do. They absolutely do. And, ended up divorced and living in a small town in East Tennessee with no help or support. Moved to Nashville. The guy I was dating, it was a week before Christmas. He's like, oh, by the way, I'm dating somebody at the YMCA. I'm like, I just signed a lease to move here. Yeah, so that's kind of how my life has rolled. I couldn't even return his Christmas gifts. It was so sad, but it's all good. But here's the deal. Here I am in 2025, the happiest I've ever been. My life is just going in amazing places. Nobody ever believes I'm 59 years old. I am blessed with longevity and good health, and I just have such an amazing life. So you absolutely need to hear these 8 things that I stopped doing. But you're also going to want to watch the first videos, the happiness videos. That's really super important. And also 8 life lessons at 58. So, number 1. The first thing I stopped doing was get off that freaking hamster wheel. Oh, that hamster wheel. It's just like, and there is a video, at a toxic job. I do feel that, Gen X, we are kind of doomed. We are so freaking doomed because we had the freaking baby boomers ahead of us, and then we have the millennials behind us. I hear the story all the time, over and over again. We're the smallest little generation packed between humongous generations. And literally, if you get laid off, you're not going to get rehired. It's really, really sad, right? So I took early retirement from a very toxic teaching job, extremely toxic, and now I am in the hospitality industry. I actually made $30,000 more this year than I did as a teacher. But here's the deal, it's more just like, say you're walking and you have a pack, like a backpack on your back, and it weighs 50 pounds. You're just carrying it along and all hunchy over. You're just like, oh, yeah, I don't even know how that heavy that backpack was. And then dang, you just take it off one day and you're like, boom, I'm flying. That's kind of the way I feel. Like, I'm flying. At first, it was a transition. I was honestly in transformation. Every single thing in my life got better, and I cannot describe how happy I am to, number one, get off that hamster wheel. Number two, we gotta say, number two is probably the best one. And this is going to be a series because I cannot go into all of these deep enough. Number one, I have created a video about already, but can't being single. I know, that's crazy. But you know, I kind of like, as everything in life, being a Gen Xer, I missed out on everything. Just as I was coming into the career market, it all crashed. And just as buying a house, the housing market crashed, the stock market crashed. And then just as I was like getting ready to be single again, I had 3 teenage boys, and guess what? Nobody wants to sign up for that. No, nobody does. So I kind of missed out on the whole remarriage thing, but I always dreamed of being an abused child. It's like, oh, Prince Charming's coming. He's going to rescue me. No, friends, it never happened. Prince Charming was always a frog. He was causing me more grief, and I was just like, boom. Don't let the door hit you where the Lord's let you, because dude, I am over your nonsense, right? And so what I kind of realized is that I was happier being single as a Pringle. Hey, this girl has options. You know, it's just like I have options now in life. I don't have to be in a relationship. I can travel, I can meet different friends. I did set my goal this year to learn. So it's all good. This girl does not need to be in a relationship. She's fine. She's got those red ruby slippers on her own little feet. She don't need no Prince Charming to put a glass slipper on her foot. No, she don't need that. I stopped procrastinating on my dreams. You know what? Everybody always came first. The kids, I was a school teacher. Everybody always came first. But you know what? My dreams are now number one. So guess what I do in my PJs, because I do work evenings and sometimes I wake up a little late. In my little PJs, I grab my tea and I work on my dreams. You know, my dream is right now I'm working my health coach certification, I'm working my YouTube videos, and also I want to be in the best shape that any 60-year-old's ever been in ever. Boom. Yeah. So I work on those dreams before anybody else gets anything. I know, guess what? People are like, oh, you mean you can't watch my dog? No, can't do that. I can't do things for other people. So sorry, I'm working on me. You know what? I don't want to be on that deathbed being like, well, you know, I walked the neighbor's dogs and I did this and I did that and I was always helping people, but I never lived my dreams. No. So I stopped procrastinating and I only live for my dreams right now. Number 4, you know, people do dry January. I love wine way too much to do a dry January. It gets me through. I don't have any vices except for wine. But I did a dry January of social media. Oh my God, I've never been happier. No social media. You know what? People on social media are so fake. And it's really depressing. You're like, dang. You know, I'm from a small town in Tennessee. They're like, that girl, she's been married 7 times. And it seems like she's so happy. I'm like, I've not even been remarried twice. Like, how did that happen? You know, you have these little Instagram photos and everybody else looks so perfect on the beach with their little toes in the sand. They got the little white shirts on, little blue jeans, and I can't live up to that. No, I cannot live up to that. It's depressing. And Giving up on social media has literally made me more happy than you could ever imagine. I do have to jump back on, unfortunately, because I have a business to run. But dang, taking the month of January off of social media has increased my sense of being a people pleaser. Yeah, you know, when you are abused and neglected as a child, you get to school and you get those straight A's like I did, and you get into people pleasing. I remember my parents would have like these crazy parties, and I'd run around cleaning up after everybody. And that's where that people pleasing started. Then I was babysitting, cleaning houses. I started doing this when I was 10. I was so young. But people pleasing is not going to lead to your happiness. So when I moved to Nashville, and it was like a struggle bus. Obviously, we had been through tornadoes, pandemic. I told you I got dumped by my boyfriend. I went to the most violent school in Tennessee. And I started getting into people pleasing. And guess what? People will just like, hey, y'all come over to your house and enjoy your beautiful parties and, you know, your food and your craft cocktails, but it's not a real friendship. And so I'm thinking like I am developing real friendships, but I'm really just running around and people pleasing. And it doesn't really get you anywhere, except depressed and despondent, because nobody ever reciprocates. So I stopped doing that. I think that was super. I stopped caring about my social status. And when you're that unpopular girl, when I was in 7th grade, there was a boy that jumped off the roof of his trailer, and he was my little bestie friend, and he did because he's so bullied, and that's how bullied I was. And when they talked about his death over the intercom, all the kids just laughed. So that's just like stuck in my brain like forever, you know, like how people can be so freaking mean. You know, human beings are definitely like cannibalistic chickens. They definitely are. And truly just going to make you more miserable, because even people who are just like, you think they have everything, but they get a social snub and they feel terrible. They feel absolutely terrible. But when you don't care, when you're like, I could care less what you think about me. I am a cowboy hippie. I'm just gonna do my own thing. I am just me, a little wildflower. I'm buying stuff. And then I was on Amazon this morning and I bought some stuff. Oopsie. It's a work in progress, friends. It's a work in progress. It is. It was for work. Yeah, it was. But you know, it's just like, I want to go to Costa Rica. I want to go do some traveling. And I'm like, I look at my house and I go, well, if I hadn't had a garage full of stuff, I might be able to do those trips I want to do right now, right? So I am on a budget. I am on a no spend budget. I'm not buying stuff. And it's very freeing. You just don't always have to be a caterpillar. I want to have life experiences right now. It's just like, I've realized that like as a school teacher, I was always having to buy so much stuff for my classroom, still trying to get rid of it all. And then all the clothes and everything else that went along with it. And I'm like, if I had stopped spending money on that stuff and saved it, just how much money would I have to be able to travel and do things? So that is definitely things I don't do anymore. Tattooed on my wrist. Amore Fati. So why me, God? I thought I was gonna have this amazing life. And here I am. You know, divorced, single, cocktail waitress in the Nashville area. Although I have a lot of amazing things, but like you're asking, why didn't things turn out? Why is there no wet picket fence? Why is there, you know, why am I not married to like the corporate executive? Why am I not living in that big, huge lakefront house? You know what? Because I have an amazing life. I am able to touch people's lives and be able to change people's lives. This is the life that was given to me. It's a blessing beyond all belief. And to love the life and to enjoy the life and enjoy just each and every minute of it, and stop asking like, why me, God? Well, I don't have that big old family on the Instagram photo with their little toes in the sand and their little white shirts and little blue jeans. You know what? It's okay. Because you're okay. Because you need to practice self-love. Because God loves you and you're okay. So, in this video, I am going to be in this series. I'm going to expand on every one of these episodes. You definitely want to hit notify. And I'm wishing you all peace, love, and joy.